easy.
Yep.
I'm gonna count us down in 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, welcome to the Seek the Shift podcast with your host Srijay Chatterjee, and I'm with a fellow friend, a guy that's very tapped into the tech scene, my boy, JC Bartolonis. That's how I say it, but I butchered the last name. But dude, JC, for the people that don't know you, I probably will have a pre-recorded intro for you. But dude, for the people that don't know you, how would you explain yourself? Like it's almost like a job interview.
Yeah, sure. So, hi, I'm JC. I recently graduated from a Bachelor of Computer Science. But to, I guess, take you a bit about myself, like, I guess I've always been someone who was always trying to chase, build, or create things that don't exist yet. Even from high school, like, I was filming my time at EBS and then showing people how to resell, and then basically grew a tutoring business. And during my time at university, I was someone who always didn't really care too much about my grades, but always did stuff on the side. Like I helped grow one of the biggest coding clubs in Australia. I did like some startup programs at uni and won like 5K from that. And I managed to even do like up to 4 internships. I guess 5 now, if we count the latest one post-uni. And then a few of them were at like Amazon and Tesla. So those are kind of like the 2 big ones at the end. And then recently a YC startup as well. So I'm very much like in that sort of tech sort of side of things. And currently after doing a Tesla internship, I'm doing pretty much a career gap year for another 5 more months. Currently 7 months into it now. And yeah, keen to keep on seeing what happens.
Hell yeah, dude. Like, dude, it's so fascinating to me that you're always like, I don't know, it's always creative, entrepreneurial. I feel like a lot of people will relate, especially you probably met the same people when you were in uni, or like if you like, how do I say it? You know, tall poppy syndrome in Australia, like you see people like you do that and you're like, damn. That's what motivated me to do content, and I was making like anime content based off you. Oh, you out of your resume, you forgot to mention that I used to review Korean webcomics, bro. You don't want to add that in the job interview?
That was a first year side quest. I think I got 28K by it. I think now it's down to 20 or something. But yeah,
damn, the 8K fell off, bro.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned before, I think I'm just gonna cut into the nitty gritty, man. I feel like, dude, you've been a creative your whole life, but the one thing that was really fascinating was you grew one of I would say Melbourne's biggest university like Instagrams at least. All I want to know is what was the secret to going viral? Because you turned it a university account that had like maybe 3K followers, and if I recall correctly now, it's like at 60K followers. And with your time there, I believe you almost like accrued like 60 million views on like the top 3 posts, and that's probably just like the top 3 posts. Probably way more posts going out there. So I just want to know, what is the secret to going viral? I know you weren't personally in some of the videos before, but you definitely played a major hand. And talk about that time you were at by the Instagram account I'm talking about is Monash. Was it It's MAC. I forgot what the A stands for.
Like Monash Coding, or like Association of Coding.
Association of Coding. Yeah, it was just a tech Instagram, which you wouldn't expect to go super viral. It's not, but it did. Like you accrued 60 million views, has 60K followers. So just break that down, man. Like first of all, talk about what it was and what is the secret to going viral, my friend. Because 20 million views on 3 different posts is not a fluke.
So to explain Monash Association of Coding, we were just our university's coding club, and I guess what it came down to was 3 key pillars. One was culture. What I mean by that is like having the right people around you, having an environment where you're able to foster new ideas, not gatekeep anything, or like not like hold people back from doing their full potential, I guess. Second, I'd say systems. We had very much a system to constantly pump this out. Like what I mean by this is we might have a system for videos, and that might be we have a group chat with like 20, 40, however many people in the committee, just sending ideas to the chat. And all we would do is basically copy all the most popular ideas. I think one guy had a rule of like, if it doesn't have 200K plus or even 100K, I'm not going to copy that video. And all we would do is copy videos that had content that was relevant to us, or if not, we would put our own spin on things.
Mm.
Um, so I'd say that was another key thing. And then the third pillar is marketing. Like something I like to tell the committee members or other people when doing marketing is like wherever the attention goes, the money flows. And I noticed that
Oh.
everyone who was like kind of our age on social media, like CS, IT,
Yeah.
engineering, they were all scrolling. Like if not
Mm.
scrolling on the side, maybe scrolling on TikTok, YouTube. And that's why like when we did start to ramp up media, so we had that sub team called media. And I guess my whole pitch to everyone in the club was like, I want us to be the best in Australia, best in terms of
Mm.
events, best in terms of media, and everything else we could do. And so that's why I think during my year we really grew the most because we just kept trying a whole bunch of things. I had set things up previously when I was marketing director, so going into the new year, having like Frank as the director and then hiring probably the biggest sub team because I was like, guys, I want us to hit 100K. To be honest, I wanted a silver play button. I think we got close. We
Mm.
were like halfway. We got to maybe 50, 60K on YouTube as well.
Damn, bro.
Um,
And that's even harder to get. YouTube, like that traction, the conversion's really hard to do.
yeah, yeah. Oh, so basically, I really just was pushing a media front. And how it worked was, yeah, we would just copy viral videos, but then we would also let people be creative. And then I was just saying to everyone, we should be pumping out at least 3 to 4 a week. If the team's
Mm.
like 12 plus people, you can't be having a sub team doing like less than 3 videos or more a week. It
Yeah.
just doesn't make sense.
No,
And I really think we had the right team around at the time. And because of the growth we were experiencing, it kind of like motivated more people to want to do it. So we even people outside of the media team might want to help in videos or might want to help out. And it was very much just a collaborative process. Frank really developed the more internal systems on like you should pair up with someone else and then every few weeks or so you'd rotate so then you'd see different people filming in videos together. We also had what's it called? Kind of personalities, or we would have kind of recurring characters that
I saw
um
that.
base. So we had people having themes. So some people might not be as techie. So for example, all of Frank's videos were hella random. He wouldn't like stick to just the niche of like tech, and I was like, I'm happy for you guys to post whatever you guys want as long as it's not related to any like death or suicide or anything super
Mm.
negative. That was
Yeah.
kind of like my only limitations. Whereas with the previous committee, we did kind of have to order videos with them, and I think by
Yeah.
just unblocking these guys, we were able to pump it out and then see what can happen. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just want to add on to that, especially Frank and also the other dude, Eddie, like you could tell they really use that. Like it's not a fluke. Like 'cause they now on their own personal channels have used the same type of stuff to go viral. Like you see Eddie will use like the Skyfall like transformational videos and that will still go viral. Frank, like he goes viral like somewhere like the cringe bait content that you use, but then he also uses like other stuff to like capitalize that and go viral. Like his storytelling concept is like he's so creative with it, but the foundation is still the same. So that was really really cool. And I just wanted to ask, maybe do you think when it came to Mac posting all that type of stuff, basically being like a content creator, like a team of 60 people being a content creator, what would you think is more important? Would you say consistency or originality? Your personal,
Definitely
it doesn't have to
consistent.
be right, but yeah,
Mm.
sorry, you don't have to be right. It's just your opinion, bro.
Yeah, I'd say definitely consistency. Like I feel like we only grew because we kept posting, and the times where it stopped growing was when we pretty much stopped posting, and I think we also reached the point where maybe we had kind of saturated all the people we could have, and then everyone else was just kind
Mm,
of not as relevant. Like even though we had like over 120K collectively in social media following, I don't think that really led to much apart from us being popular and like people maybe
mm,
recognizing some of the characters in the videos on campus.
mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, because in my head, I thought that we would get more sponsorships or other things, but I guess big tech companies and tech companies in general here don't care. We definitely
Yeah.
got startup offers to promote their startups from like US and stuff, but we
Mm-hmm.
said no to a lot of them because we didn't think it was super relevant to us and what we were
Mm-mm.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if anything came of that because I feel like having they say sometimes followers is worth more than like capital right now. Like if you have a 60K like people like that are in tune, that are engaged, constantly good engaged, like you can make money or make some traction off that. But did you guys gain anything from that, like monetary or not? Oh, and you guys forgot to mention, JC was the president of the time when this was happening. I forgot to mention, but yeah, he was the club president of the Monash Association of Coding. So yeah.
Mm-mm. Not really. Like, I think we definitely could have capitalized on it a bit better. Like, maybe we got social sponsors from it, so we would like partner with like local bingsu or local bubble tea places that would give us like discounts and rewards because of our social media following. And so they'd want to do like collaborative events. But I think in terms of everything else, like recognition from the faculty, not really. Like, if anything, it just gave us more clout on campus, but that was it. And like maybe other clubs would look up to us and how we do stuff, but
Yeah.
I feel like we definitely could have capitalized on it a bit more, but because we were a local club, only kind of catering events to Monash or Melbourne, like it made it tricky. Unless we like branched out to like online events that were paid, then I think that's how we could have capitalized on that 60K. But yeah, if anything, we didn't utilize it to the best of what we could have. We just kind of did it as fast as we could in like a pretty much a 8-month period, from like maybe a week, which was Feb, until like our time was up in September. But I'd say most of the growth did happen from like Feb until like June, and then after mid-year, I feel like everyone's motivation, and because we worked pretty hard. I think we ran like 40 plus events in a 12-week time span during the first semester.
crazy.
So I really burnt everyone out, like both
you worked them hard, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted us to be the best, and to be the best, you have to be obsessed. And
Yeah.
if like
I
people
like
couldn't
that,
do
bro.
stuff, I would sub in. Like,
Yeah,
there's
sick,
even
bro.
a whole bunch of in New Zealand, like some of the execs and I, we went on like a snowboarding trip. But I was at night, like with the competitions director, just running a hackathon remotely, like a startup themed one during that time.
Damn.
Because of like,
Holy.
I said like, let's run this, and I don't want it to be shit. And like, basically nobody else really cared as much. Okay? And it was hard to motivate people, but like, if it's on you and you say you want to do it, someone will have to do it. Like, if you don't do something, no one else will. That's how I see
Damn,
things.
bro.
Yeah.
I love that, bro. Holy. What since I just thought I mentioned this is like what would you say? Because I didn't get that. Well, I could have got that experience. I could have joined Mac, and I didn't because I'm an idiot. But we'll talk about that later. But joining a uni club or joining a group of collectives that are interested in what like similar interests, how important is that? Do you think? Because I feel like that Mac group, I don't want to speak for you, but changed a lot of the trajectory that you could have been on. You found people. I would say you found a lot of like lifelong friends. You made connections that you wouldn't have made before. But if you just want to elaborate on that a little more and talk about how important it is to join not just a university club, because a lot of my audiences may be out of university, but how important is it to just join a group of collectives that like you personally resonate with?
Yeah, I'd say it's the most important. Like, something I do tell to people is like, you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. And if the old people you hang out with just play games, you're probably just gonna play games. But if the people around you are aiming for big tech, like, and actually interning at big tech or working hard towards it, then you probably will get one too. Because from my year, or like actually joining Mac, like, I knew the club had a lot of goats, or like, well, previously anyway. So when I joined, there weren't as many people interning at like bigger companies. Just a lot of like the old alumni were like at Google, Atlassian, Canva. And when I joined, I think there was maybe 1 or 2 who kind of did that, maybe 3. And then even in my year, we only had like 4 people. I went to Amazon, Eddie went to Atlassian, a few others went to Atlassian, and I think a few others went to Canva. And then the year after, it exploded. I think 20 of the committee, like maybe 14 went to Atlassian, like a few went to like Google, a few went to all these big names. And you can only foster and be around those people if you are in a society. Like, I'm not saying
I
you can't find them, but
yeah,
yeah.
it's a lot harder, and it's more of a
Mm,
it's like a natural way too. It's like
mm,
um, the only example I can really use is like I want to kind of join creative collectives, but also if you want to play basketball, go join people that play basketball. You won't
mm.
find that in like a group of like if I join Mac, I won't find my hoopers. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like vice versa. So dude, that's so sick. Just one more thing before I just wanted to talk about because dude, 3K to 60K isn't a fluke. But what was the posting schedule of growing a following 50,000 followers, especially in Australia, like maybe in America and stuff? 50K might be small fish, but dude, I feel like in Australia, like a lot of influencers, if they have 50K followers, they can honestly live off that. They can make a living off 50K, especially if they do like with like coaching or stuff like that. But like, what was the posting schedule like, and what would you say? I know you gave me 3 pillars, but what would like if you were trying to grow your account to 50K, what would you do if implementing from that strategy from before?
Yeah. I think it's know your audience is the biggest one. Like, who are you
Mm,
targeting exactly? What do they like? What do they not like? How would you resonate with them?
mm.
Um, yeah, I think that's kind of the key thing because we knew like they were CS students, university
Yeah, that
student. Like,
helps.
we probably got a lot more followings from like the US, and
Mm,
I think that was partly because they just have more students there and they could just understand English as well. Like, I'd
yeah.
say if we were to break it down, like only a few of our videos were the ones which gave us the most followers. Um,
Mm,
and that's also another key thing. Like, sure, there are some smaller videos that gave us 100, maybe a K, but it was like our not really the big viral ones that got like 20 mil each. It was more of like the hackathon, like when you enter a hackathon for the first time, and
mm.
then that would give us like 10, 15K followers. And yeah, it was really um just all about consistency with posting at least 3 times. Because we like let all the
A
creators.
day?
Oh no, no, a week, sorry. um
Oh, okay, okay. I was like, dude, I gotta step it up, man.
yeah, it was maybe some weeks at the beginning it was like 5, 6 plus. Like during O week
Yeah.
we were pumping like 2 a day, and
Mm,
then throughout the semester it was hot, it was like a lot, and then it slowly went down. But if say
yeah.
we had around 15 people, then we'd expect like anywhere between 3 to 5 a week because we just have people as
Mm,
pairs just coming out of something. Yeah.
that's really cool, man. How did it feel to manage a team of that caliber, bro? Like, what was some like positives and negatives with that, bro? Because I feel like everyone wants to be a leader, but they don't know how.
Yeah, so I'd say that was all a that's all up to Frank really. Like I was more so managing the teams of teams, like all
Mm,
the sub teams as president. Like sure, media was one of the teams that I like was a bit more involved in, just so I can
yeah,
like see how they're doing, help them refine their systems, or maybe kind of guide them onto like what sort of stuff we should be promoting. But
100%.
if it was really up to Frank, like I feel like that sub team in particular was a bit more of a, how do I
Yeah.
describe it? Like locker boy culture. Like a lot of the
That's
boys
cool.
sort of.
Hell yeah,
So
dude.
Frank could just
I
kind
got
of rein them in.
I gotta get him on, man. I gotta get him on.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he'll dissect. That would be so sick.
Mm,
Oh yeah. But dude, that's cool. I just thought one more question. I think we'll shy away from university soon, but I think you and me spent way longer in university than we should have. But how would you say? Because I feel like you grasp every opportunity by the balls or whatever. But dude, how would you say? How would you university max? Like, if you wanted to get the best out of uni, how would you go about it, bro? Because I feel like you definitely did a trial and error type of stuff. Like, I feel like we were kind of robbed with a bit of uni, like because we had that COVID school, but I still feel like you walked away with so many connections. You met me through uni school, so COVID school, so that worked out too. But
mm.
what would you do if you were to university max from scratch again?
Yeah, I'd say your time is gonna be so finite. Like, if we think back to our time through UA, like,
Mm,
say we graduated 1 year after COVID, that would have been our
yeah.
3 years at uni. And I feel like
Mm.
we did in those first 2 years from memory is we played Valorant and Genshin or like whatever during class or like, and that was not the most productive period of our time.
No,
But
no.
if we graduated that 1 year after like COVID, we would have been
Mm.
cooked. Or like, I
Yeah, I
think
think so.
it's all about like utilizing as much time and opportunities as you can because it's gonna like go away in the blink of an eye. Like if I'm being honest,
Mm,
like
it does.
those 3 years I did after COVID were probably the 3 years I spent the most of my time like maximizing uni, signing up to be
Mm,
student ambassador, joining clubs, doing startup programs, like trying to do more competitions, like
yeah,
just try everything possible. And in
I
doing
think
so, you
so.
find a better, you can get a better grasp of what is out there, what you can't do, what you can do, where your limits are. Like something I recommend is like limit testing how good you currently are with your current resume for different roles. Like
Mm,
I think something I'll mention later is I applied for Tesla almost every year since like 2022 until I ended up getting a role. And
yeah.
pretty much it helped me to identify, okay, where am I getting stuck at like a job process? Is it the resume screening? Is it the interview process? And I can work backwards from there in terms of like what I need to develop. If it's the
Yeah.
resume, I haven't done enough projects. I haven't worked anywhere
Mm-hmm.
else. I haven't built enough. I haven't done any extracurriculars and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude, I
Mm.
agree, and especially I think a lot of conversations in uni open up so many doors for you,
Mm.
bro. Like, don't talk to everybody, but try to talk to as many people that are in the same vested interest as you, or some people that just seem genuinely interesting. So I remember, I'll use JC as an example. When I found out about JC the first time, I sound like a fanboy, but I was genuine. We talked about in this last podcast from like 4 years ago. I was genuinely fascinated because I'm like, he is doing something that I wanted to do, right? He was vlogging his high school life at the time, and I think for the longest time, I wanted to be a creator as well. And just seeing him do that was like, oh my god, that's fascinating. And then you only get to that stage by talking it through new people. And I think back in 2019, 2020, it was almost like now everyone wants to be a creator, but it was actually kind of like rare to be a creator.
Mm.
The people are like, oh, you have a YouTube? Like, that's crazy. Oh, you're on TikTok? That's crazy. I feel like you were a little bit ahead of the game with that one. But yeah, I think every conversation in uni can open up a new door, whether that be good or bad, but I think
Mm.
that's up to you to fuck around and find out.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
yeah, dude. Now we'll shy away from uni. Why did you say no to Elon Musk? Why did you turn him down after you after you got your Tesla internship?
Yeah. So getting
You can
into
dig into
Tesla.
that before you can dig into the whole process, and then we could talk about that, bro.
Yeah. So I ended up interning at Tesla last year, and to be honest, it was probably the best experience I've ever done. And for those of you who don't know, like I'm kind of all in on Tesla. Like I think 98% of my stock portfolio is in Tesla, and I haven't sold a single one since I turned 18. And the whole
Damn,
story,
bro.
like for how it happened, was I think I was at Chadston one day, and then they had a Tesla showroom. I think where the
Oh,
Mecca used to be,
they did. Yes, they
and
did.
I remember seeing like a Model X, like the one with the Falcon wing doors,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was
The
like,
suicide
"What the
doors.
hell?" Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what is that car? Like, and then
yeah.
after I did more research into the company, like, saw that they were like more of a technology company, similar to like Apple,
Mm,
but doing it more in
mm,
regard to vehicles. I thought that was
yeah.
really sick, and
Mm,
pretty much I became like a believer of like what they're trying to do, and they released all their plans publicly. They have master plans.
mm,
Um, and pretty much, yeah, I just became a big fan since then. And it was always my dream to kind of intern or work there.
mm.
And I was very fortunate enough last year to actually get notified when I was in Japan. So for context, I was at Amazon over the 2024 to 25 summer, ended that in Feb, went to Japan for 3 weeks straight after. And during those 3 weeks, I actually got an email saying like, hey, we'd like to consider you for this role. And I did
Nice.
2 interviews then, and then the final one when I came back. And yeah, I was very lucky to get it out of, I think, 6 shortlisted candidates, but there were probably way more like who
Yeah,
also applied. And yeah, I did that for 9 months. So
dude.
I
Hell
was
yeah.
a sales engineer on the Megapacks. So Megapacks are these big utility scale batteries. Here's a smaller one for reference. Think of this, but like 40 times the size, and you would kind of
Damn,
install
dude.
this in like power plants, solar farms, that sort of thing. And that's in order to supply more energy to the grid. So in order to reduce blackouts, you would have
Wow.
like more energy supplied in these batteries, which then might pull from these batteries to then supply to areas that need it. And yeah, it's a booming industry, and Tesla Energy here in Australia is like killing it, and they're growing quite quickly. Yeah.
So you're talking about all this good stuff, all this like, you sound like you loved it. So why did you not take the return offer?
Yeah, so I was offered to like stay on as an intern to like help me find like potentially another team that like might suit my skill sets a bit more.
Mm.
I was thinking that like to be honest, I was meant to go on a gap year last year. So I was like, okay, after Amazon, I'm gonna take the 1 year to like go explore, build, and do what I want. And then
Yeah.
after I got into Tesla, I was like, okay, I can't say no. I'll
No,
try
you
it.
can't.
And then I was like, okay, I'll try it for 6 months. We'll see how we go. And then I ended up staying for another 3 more months after. But I guess I always had that itch at the back of my mind to still just see what I can do. Because something I learned fairly early on, even before like doing all these internships and working, was the amount of hard work or like effort you put into things versus the amount of like reward is not necessarily proportional. So when you become an employee, it's kind of always capped in a sense. So it might be capped in like, here's your base salary, here's maybe your stock options, and then depending on how much you achieved, you might get a bonus on top of that. Whereas if I just do my own thing, there's kind of no ceiling to it, if that makes sense.
No,
And
100%.
I was thinking right now, I don't really need the stability of a job. I'd rather just chase stuff that I think I can make the biggest impact in. And then I can always like work at these places again later when, say, I do need stability. Say I have like a home or a mortgage or maybe a kids. Then I can maybe take less risk. Essentially, what I'm trying to get at is you should take as much risk as you possibly can when you're younger.
Yeah.
Because this is the only time you can do it.
Dude, we're 25. A lot of this, okay, happy belated birthday to JC. We both turned 25 recently. And the thing is, like, I don't know if it's like a frontal lobe development thing, but if you don't do the stuff you want to do in the next 5 years, you may never, ever, ever be able to do it. Like, that's not saying you can't, but it's going to be 10 times, maybe even 50 times harder to do it. Like, it's hard to pursue a dream when you have a responsibility of kids and wife and stuff. Especially when we watch Mighty Supreme. Like, you can't run away from responsibility. Spoiler alert for Mighty Supreme. But like at the end of the movie, all the responsibility that like he's running away from caught up to him in the end. I'm not sure if you remember the ending, but yeah. Yeah. So it's like, damn. Yeah. And that is the reason you said no, just because like the ceiling and like the cap, bro. I feel like that was really, really valuable. Was that just the main proprietor, or was there anything else? You also said no to Bezos as well. You're turning down these rich men by the minute.
No, but I mean, I was just very lucky enough to be in that position. I know there's like lots of other people who would like kill to do that, but it's more so I just questioned myself every time I did it. Like, is this what I want to be doing for the next 40 years? And I was like, maybe not right now. Maybe like let's just see first, because I think right now I'd rather be like broke and trying than like I guess being comfortable. Because I noticed a lot of my friends when they did graduate, they became happy with their lives, comfortable, like doing the 9 to 5, maybe a bit longer. And I think it's like the mentality of like they work to live versus live to work, you know. And I think I'd rather try my hardest at something I'm more passionate about that maybe has a higher upside than kind of maybe not enjoy my life doing a grad role or like so it's kind of like I just wanted to see what can happen first, and I can always go back like later if need be, or
I agree.
we'll see how this gap year goes.
That's what I was gonna ask. So what is the plan for this gap year? I feel like if you guys want to follow JC over, he's on this project Gapped at the moment, which is basically like what he's been saying. I'll get you to explain it properly, but I'll just sum it down a little bit. It's just project Gapped. He's taking a gap year. You're trying to maximize everything you're trying to do. And you definitely are showcasing a lot on social media. Not as much right now, but you definitely had a series that you were doing, right? Yeah,
it's something I 100% want to get back into. But yeah, like it's more so seeing whether I can like earn more than I would potentially earn at like big tech. That was kind of like
Yeah.
the goal. Like, can I
Mm-hmm.
do it on my own? Like, because if
Mm-hmm.
I build something more scalable, like an app or even making content,
Mm-hmm.
then you can kind of live more on your own terms.
Yeah.
Whereas you can choose what you want to do versus having a manager where you're kind of told what to do. Like, I'm not saying that's wrong. Some people prefer
Mm-hmm.
that. I think
Yeah.
I myself just want to see what can happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I wish a part of me was wired a little differently because I feel like, dude, I don't know if you've gone through this, but I feel like you can't. The worst thing is when you try to put your own values and beliefs onto other people, thinking they'll get it, but most of the time they don't. Like, I wish I could be like not programmed, but I wish I could just sit comfortably on a job and not care. But I feel like every single time I'm working a job I don't like, I'm like, why am I here? Why am I doing this? Like, I could clearly be doing something else. But I feel like some other people don't ever think like that, which is crazy. Do you agree? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, like you can only change when you want to change. Like, or
Mm,
when you're, yeah. And because of that, like some people I do talk to, like, no matter what I say to them about my beliefs, like that won't cause them to change because they don't want to change or that's how they
yeah,
are. Yeah. So
I
I'm,
agree.
yeah.
Damn.
I'm not trying to force anything on anyone, but I'm just
No,
saying that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, same. But I sometimes like I was like, because you want, dude, you want to be. I feel like well, we want to conform. So then when someone doesn't agree with what you agree with, you feel like you're kind of wrong, especially
Mm.
early on. Especially when everyone's like going with the same thing. But one thing I want to talk about, dude, is you stayed in Sydney to pursue something. You stayed in Melbourne. First of all, which state do you prefer better? Or city do you prefer better, Sydney or Melbourne?
Yeah. So my answer is if you want to work and grind, I'd say Sydney. If you want to chill and maybe raise a family, then definitely Melbourne. So that's
But
my
why?
answer.
But why do you say that? Why is the hustle and bustle in Sydney?
Yeah, I think more of the startups, more events happen there. Like, so I lived there maybe 50 something days earlier in this year. I
Yeah.
did two sort of programs there. I lived in a hacker house in Sydney where I just got to meet a lot of like minded people who were betting on themselves. Um, and then I also did like a VC's like residency program for a bit. Um, and essentially, there's just more that happens there. Like, that's kind of the key
Mm,
thing. Like, there's also more jobs there. All the big tech
yeah.
companies are there
Yeah.
like and I find Melbourne to be more chill in regard like more of the people I know here are like they're happy to like not work as hard or like um maybe like just chill I guess like
Yeah. It is pretty
yeah.
laid back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I would agree. I feel like the people in Sydney, you do feel like I haven't been to New York since I was 10, but it just feel like a lot of hustle and bustle. Everyone's got a place to be in Sydney. I remember just walking around the CBD, like no one's like talking to each other. Always got places to
Mm-hmm.
be, bro. So I do agree with that one, bro. But also one extra thing, which is probably a way bigger scale, but you went to San Francisco and you were well tapped into the tech scene. So what did you do and what did you learn from San Francisco, my friend? Especially in America, the probably one of the biggest markets in the world, or if not one of the biggest.
Yeah, so that actually happened like last year during my Tesla internship. So
But
how
wait, was
I
that an opportunity from Tesla? Sorry.
yeah, so that was something I got to do because I had scaled enough stuff here. So basically, I automated a good chunk of the sales process, or like giving data to teams, and other teams saw that it was valuable. And basically, I pitched myself to my manager and my senior manager about like wanting to go, and they said, "Sure, you can head up." So I spent around 2 weeks in the U.S.
Oh
Lived
damn,
Palo Alto for like during the work times, and then SF on the weekends. I'd say it was sick. Like genuinely,
it
all
looks
the
fun.
interns and stuff I met were super cracked. Majority of them were from Canada, and it got me
Oh damn.
thinking, like, damn, it's literally like the New Zealand to Australia pipeline, but in their case, it's Canada to America.
Ah, yeah, true. That does make sense.
Mm.
Damn.
But yeah, it was really sick to see how the headquarters was. Like, I pretty much got to work from like the OG like headquarters of like Tesla. Got to visit all the factories. Got to drive like self-driving cars. Like
Yeah,
had the Cybertruck. And, yeah.
how was the first of all, how was the because in America or at least in San Francisco, you actually get the full self-driving car. Like there's no driver. And I guess yeah, how does that even work? Was there any even qualms or did it like mess up at all? Sorry to go off track, but
No. So I rode the Waymos. Waymos are like essentially Google's version of like a self-driving car,
Yeah.
and those are fine. The only issue is definitely the cost. I think it did cost more than like a Lyft or an Uber, but I think the
Oh
experience to
damn.
try it was worth it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and then when I was at Tesla, I did like get to borrow the cars every now and then. Had like the
Damn,
self-driving
that's
Cybertruck
sick.
and like everything was
Dude.
pretty sick. Like I think one of the other interns who was essentially doing the same role as me but in America. We got to
Yeah.
borrow one of the cars and visit like the factory where they produce the big batteries, and that was sick. It took us from the office we were at in to like the other place in like an hour. The highway we were not
Damn.
touching the wheels at all. We were
That's
eating like
crazy.
Chick-fil-A. I can't remember which fast food, but we were just
Oh,
eating
dude.
and driving and talking the whole time, which was fine.
Wait, so no, it's like, is the food in America better?
Um, I feel like I don't know if it's better per se. It
Yeah.
definitely costs more because our AUD to USD is
Oh,
bad.
because we suck, bro.
But I'm not gonna lie. I think I was on a mission to try every fast food, so I think I tried
Yeah.
like almost all of it.
Yeah.
Um,
What was the best?
uh, is it Chick-fil-A? I can't remember.
Yeah, everyone
In and
says
out.
Chick. Oh, In and
There
Out.
we go.
Damn, dude. I heard is Chick-fil-A is really good, In and Out's really good. I haven't actually had any of these. Is it Popeyes? Do you have
Uh,
Popeyes?
I don't think I did.
I know that one's really good too. But
Hmm.
yeah, damn. Bro. Oh, do you have a lot of Mexican food out there? Because I know, is it San Fran or LA area is really good for like Mexican food?
Yeah, yeah. I think one of my friends from Berkeley, he like took me around to like I forgot
Damn,
what
bro.
beach it was, and then other place. But yeah, it was fire. Like I barely had Mexican food up until that point. I didn't really count
Yeah.
GYG. Yeah.
No. Bro, you know GYG, like no one likes GYG in America. It's all closing down there. It's
Oh
crazy.
no.
But dude, speaking of San Francisco, you said it was a wicked time. But would you ever consider moving over there?
It is something I've considered. Like, I'm thinking that's where a lot of the more interesting problems are solved. Like, the biggest realization I had between Australia tech versus SF is Australia is predominantly sales, service oriented. What I mean by that is like not a lot of R&D, like research and development happens
Mm,
here, unless you work at like Canva or like a lot, or some of the tech companies who are started here. A lot of it is more like managing services, maybe optimizing processes, not starting stuff from the ground up. I'd say that's
mm,
all happening in the U.S. and even
mm.
the roles there are more exciting than here. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, damn. So that's something you do because you love. I feel like you love a bit of your creative control. So, even
Mm.
doing stuff like that, or places where you can be creative.
Yeah, I think it would be good to try for like a few months to a year,
Yeah.
like maybe hopefully through one of the startup accelerators, but I'll see how things go first. I really want to focus first on like my first big project or company, I guess, which is Big Brain. Yeah.
Hell yeah. You want to talk about that a little bit, my friend?
Oh, sure. So pretty much 2 years ago, I started Big Brain Education with a few of my mates from Mac. It's essentially like an e-learning platform or testing platform for high school students to prepare for selective and scholarship exams. And that's essentially something I'm trying to build up first to pay for everything else going forward before I pursue a new idea. Because if I'm being honest,
Mm.
during this gap year, I was kind of chasing a lot of different ideas and not really making much progress in anything. When in reality, I already had this one of paying customers and users, but I was kind of neglecting it. It's like
Mm.
how I like to think of it as like a golden goose. And I was trying to kill the
Yeah.
golden goose before like
Before
letting
the
it
eggs
like
came out.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and like find a new golden goose. But I feel like that's not the right way to do things. It's like raise it as big as it can be and then
Yeah.
either park it or like sell it, then
Mm.
move on. Don't try to divide your attention so much that like you don't make a lot of progress. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that. What do you call it? Sometimes like it's like essentialism. It's like,
Mm-mm.
bro,
Yes.
if you focus on too many things, you end up sucking at everything, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just
exactly.
focus, like keep your discipline and focus on one thing, which is really good. Which is I struggle with a lot too. Like sometimes I want to be a podcaster, sometimes I want to do creative stuff, but I feel like less things on your plate, you'll be able to finish your plate quicker, and
Absolutely.
it'll taste better. Hopefully, not having all this food. So
Yeah.
hell yeah, dude, that's really cool. Another question for you. I think dude, you've been killing this, bro. we're both 25. We're both unk status. Got no excuse to joke around anymore. But I was just thinking, what would you tell your 25-year-old self with the knowledge you know today? Because I feel like, you've done a lot of trial and error stuff. You've been through the ringer. Just like because you're an innovator, you want to accelerate. What is something you would just tell your 25-year-old self? Like give him 5 things. If you've even got 5, unless you think you're perfect, mate, and you think, you know what, I'll just do the same thing the same way.
Nah. I'd say number one. Number one, don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. Like something I've been thinking
Ooh.
about is like Blue Lock. Like the story of Blue Lock is like you have to kind of kill your current self at every sort of wall or barrier in order to get to the next stage. And I feel like that's something I
Dude.
need to focus on. Like the habits and stuff that got me to where I am today are not going to be the same ones that take me to the next level.
Oh wow, that's really good, dude.
Um, Number two, it's okay to like not have things figured out, but you need to like not have like cognitive dissonance or like you must be very aligned both what you say and what you think.
You,
Like what I mean by
mm,
this is like I know a lot of people like I'd say I even struggle with this a lot. Like I'm like, oh, I want to do 60 videos or I want to do a video every day up until I turn 25. Bro, I
yeah,
barely did that. Like
yeah,
and then
yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of like was like, okay, why is that the case? Like, is that something I really want to do right now? And
Mm,
then, yeah, it's basically don't like. It's okay. Be a bit more realistic, I guess. It's okay to be delusional, but
mm,
not too delusional to the sense where
yeah,
you
yeah. You
can't
need a
do.
balance, bro.
Yeah.
Hell
Otherwise,
yeah, dude.
you go into the spiral. You go into the spiral of, oh fuck, I didn't do it, and the next day I didn't do it. It's like a reinforcing belief
Yeah,
that like basically taints who you are, and I feel like that's
yeah.
probably what happened to me a lot of this time because
Mm,
not gonna lie, like I probably lost a lot more self-confidence during this gap year as well, like because I'm like,
mm,
fuck, what do I even want? Like maybe big brain isn't
mm,
something I want to be spending my whole life on, or like maybe like it's this other thing, and then
mm.
you just need to kind of focus a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think number two got a bit lost in the sauce, but
No, no, I agree. But also, just to harp on your point, bro, I feel like, same with me. I think, oh, I want to do a podcast every week. I want to do this and that. And then when you stop you say these, how do I say this? You make all these really big decisions on like little to no evidence, right? And then it almost kills your confidence in a way because if the stuff you say in public you can't live up to in private, you feel so shitty about yourself, bro. And
yeah.
it just kills you, it kills your confidence there and there. But that's why if you do, they say the worst advice is to be realistic. But if you just have a little bit of realisticness with like 10 times the illusion, you'll kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, you're
Absolutely.
number 3, man.
No, that's okay. Um, Number three, what would I say? Um, I think it's to do more. I think I don't do
Mm,
enough. Like right
mm,
now, like right now I'm a bit more lost in a way. Like maybe this thing that I'm working on isn't the thing I want to always be working on, which
yeah.
is bad. Like I need some sort of fire up my ass to like really make like high key. I gave myself 12K to spend this year, so I
Yeah.
saved up 12K from interning and like other stuff, and I basically blew like half of that in the first 3 months by living in Sydney, and then I
Yeah,
reached
yeah.
like $100 like 2 days ago. I was like, oh shit.
Oh my
And then
god.
I'm like, okay, I think I need to actually pay myself from Big Brain and tutoring now. So that's what I
Yeah.
finally did. But
Yeah. Okay.
um,
Congrats, bro.
now I have to like lock in. Like, there's no more. I have some.
Dude, if you want to, dude, I don't know if it happens to you, but as soon as I hit 25, every night I go to bed, I'm like, bro, I'm not satisfying my soul. I'm 25. I'm 25. I'm 25. Bro, once you hit 25, man, like you think it's actually over, man.
Yeah,
So if
I'm,
that's not a fire under your ass, bro, I don't know. It will be soon.
yeah, and like I guess I also there's more like pressures and like burdens on me now that I have to hit. Like basically, I've
Mm,
said to my girlfriend, or we discussed that if I don't earn 4K a month that I'm paying myself, by end of September, then I have to start looking for a job, which is fair. Because
true, true, true.
I'm pretty much putting like 10K a month on the line right now by not working at like say one of
Mm,
the big tech
yeah,
companies.
yeah, yeah.
So I kind of need to earn. Well, my goal is to earn more than that, But
Yeah.
as of right now, it ain't looking like that. So need to lock in a bit more.
There, you're
Um,
right, dude. Holy September. That's three. You got 90 days, my friend, from today. Well, we're filming this on July 1st.
yep.
This might come out a week later, but dude, good luck and
Yeah.
follow JC's Instagram to find out, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was that? If you don't
So
mind me cutting you off, what was that thing you did where you basically want to buy yourself a Tesla if you hit this goal? Am I tripping?
oh yeah. So that was something I still kind of have. It's like if we hit a
Okay.
mill, I will spend 10% of the revenue on a Tesla because the Tesla I want
Okay,
is like the
nice.
performance models, which is like
Yeah, yeah,
98K, something like that, like pretty much 100. So
yeah, yeah,
I would only buy it if I could afford 10 of. That's also a bit of a money rule. Um,
yeah.
although I might end up getting one, maybe not the performance model, but yeah, it's a
Mm,
bit of a struggle in our household because we only have two cars right now. So I
yeah.
think I might need to get a third car soon.
Ah, nice, nice,
So I
nice.
might get the cheapest Tesla instead soon. But we'll see.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn. Holy. And do you have any extra rules? You gave three pretty solid ones. Do you have anything you would tell your 25-year-old self, man?
I'd say number 4, care more about your relationships. I think that
Oh,
was something I struggled
just
with.
romantic or
Oh,
you think
more
or both?
personally, like
Mm,
personally with yourself, your family, and your significant other as well, or and even your
mm,
friends. Like
mm.
I feel like for me, I become obsessed with certain things, and because I'm obsessed, I don't think about anything else. And because of that, it's like bad in the sense where like you might still have a girlfriend you have to respond to or like talk to. Not like, well, I don't mean it like in a negative way, but
I
like
know, I know,
as
I
in,
know.
yeah. But and same with family, like you probably have to
Mm,
help them out as well, not just be a need or
yeah,
bum sometimes. Like you actually
yeah.
need to do a bit more. And I feel like,
Mm,
or maybe not even that. Like say I'm just obsessed with work and I just focus on that. Like when in reality, they wouldn't mind me helping them going to the shops like every so often instead
yeah,
of yeah. So something
yeah,
to keep in mind because I think you never know when that time will end, and
yeah.
it's something
Facts,
you should
facts.
cherish whilst you still can. Yep.
100%, dude. I agree. I agree.
Mm.
I think that's like one of those things as you get older, you'd be like, ah, damn, bruh. The thought hits and you're like, yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna go to the shops with mom, bruh. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Dude,
Um.
that's great, bro. Hell yeah.
Mm. Uh,
Check.
I have one more if you want, like for number 5.
Dude, go for it, dude.
Uh. Okay. For number 5, I'd say don't be afraid to take more risk. I think
Mm.
you'd rather take the risk now, as we kind of talked about earlier today.
No, I
Um,
agree.
and because if you do it earlier, like you are most likely to learn a lot more. Like I feel like not enough people take enough risk, and thus they always regret. And I feel like in order to minimize regret, you need to take more risk or do more things that put you out of your comfort zone. And
Mm.
I feel like this whole gap year thing, like I would have just been happy to be at Tesla, being an engineer, and then,
Mm.
but I think I would have been very comfortable and maybe might
Mm.
not have wanted to pursue stuff on the side. Um, but yeah, like I think it's only now that I'm like super uncomfortable, like questioning everything about every aspect of my life right now, that I'm able
Yeah.
to like, I guess, guide it towards a better future,
Super
hopefully.
super
Yeah.
pivotal, bro. I think I was in
Mm.
your situation just before, but I'm like, I think what helps with getting lost. Oh, this is just adding on to it, but like, I think what helps if you're still thinking about what you want to do when you go to bed each night, that's what you should be doing.
Mm.
If it still keeps you up at night, you should do it. And I think a common regret is always like I think everyone in the world has this common regret. Whatever interest they're in or whatever they want to do, they wish they started sooner.
Mm.
Um, Same with this, or they wish. First of all, I feel like what you need, like this is not me preaching at you. This is more just preaching at myself. But I think what you need first of all is just commitment and consistency. So you wish you started sooner, and you wish you just stuck to it, which I believe is just two things. Like there's so many times I've tried to repost something and do something and keep it alive. Like I'll get started, but the hardest part is sticking to it. But again, starting it is just as hard. So I would just say commitment and consistency, and just it's a common regret like when you hit 25, you're like, bro, I wish I started at 21. So then when I'm 30, I'm well off, you know. But
Mm,
that's all, dude. I agree with what you're saying. Take more risks,
mm,
and also, dude, we say take more risk, dude. It's actually it's hard to do in the moment. Like I understand, like when you're scared, with that feeling of when you're not sure, that's when you chase it. That's probably why um, JC got so much success at Mac. JC actually handed me opportunity to work for Mac, and I got in. My interview was great. I remember JC said the people said my interview was good. I was like throwing out ideas like crazy. And I wasn't even a tech guy. I just had that passion to learn. And I think at the end of the day, I was just scared to venture something unfamiliar. And I wonder what
mm.
would have happened if I did take that risk. You know what I'm saying? So that is also a common regret. So yeah, sorry I rambled a bit, but
Oh,
yeah,
it's okay.
yeah, dude. That's a solid five, bro. But I think you know, JC, you're a busy man. What are you doing after this? You're tutoring?
No, I think I'm calling the team to like get them to delegating work essentially.
Ah,
But
demand's
that's like
always on
later.
it. So I always thought we always like to end every potty with 10 rapid fire questions. So hope you've enjoyed your time here, dude. I feel like I'm kicking you off, bro.
Yeah,
It
thank
sounds
you.
so funny. Yeah, but I will give you these, bro. There'll be another pod with us in future, man. Especially me and JC go way back. We've been friends since 2020, man. We have a lot of shenanigans, a lot of stuff that who knows if it ever makes the camera. But, dude, 10 rapid fire questions. This is just to get to know you a little bit better, dude. So that people can just not think you're just some tech guy. You actually, you know, you're not one of Elon Musk's soldiers. You actually got a soul, bro. So let's get it going, dude. So number one, favorite movie of all time.
Uh,
You're like this is the hardest question today.
I think the one that comes to mind right now is Dune. I think yeah.
Oh, I watched Dune and I don't know. Are you excited for three?
Hmm?
Are you
Pardon?
excited for Dune 3?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm keen to see
Yeah,
how it ends. Yeah.
I watched Dune 1 and 2 and I was like, bro, I didn't get it, man. I was just watching it. I was
It's
like,
okay. It's
bro, what
okay.
is it? It's shot really well. Maybe I'm not part of the big brain exclusive club, but I think, okay, sorry to cut you off, but bro, I think Dune is written really well, right? It's written
Mm,
really well, but I don't think it also makes it like something's really well written doesn't mean it's the most entertaining. That's all I'll say. But yeah,
mm.
why do you like Dune so much, bro? Before I shout on it for like 2 minutes.
Um, I don't know. I think both the visuals and like pretty much it guided a lot more of the sci-fi going forward. Like I see a lot of elements
Mm,
in other science fiction like Star Wars and other places because yeah, they were based on Dune a bit or took elements of it. Mm.
yeah. Shout out the goat, Timothy Chalamet. Number two, your favorite cuisine, bro.
Definitely Asian food, like something Japanese or Korean or even
Hell yeah, dude.
Chinese. Like not really
Hell,
Filipino though, but yeah.
even though you're a Filipino boy, come on, man. Come on, dude. Yeah.
Mm.
Number three, your next travel destination.
I feel like it could potentially be SF or America again, or it might be
Oh,
like another place with my girlfriend. So maybe Asia.
hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, dude. Bro, we forgot to mention that you and your girlfriend have been dating for like how long? Like 5 years?
yeah, pretty much like since
Damn,
2021.
bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't get in. You're the romantic expert, bro. I didn't even get into it, man. Especially like even talking about like, dude, a crazy thing would have been like, we can say it for the next pod, but how to balance like chasing your dream and having a partner. That would have been a
Right.
really cool topic. But dude, what is something that you think is underrated right now, bro? In the world or to you personally, something you come across, anything, man.
I genuinely think like the tools and like AI essentially. Like I think there's a bit of a tech bubble, but it's gonna hit more people than expected in the next 2 years. And like all the
Mm,
people who are using it now, who are like more techie, like there's like an arbitrage opportunity right now to like build whatever comes to your mind before it's already built. Because I
mm,
think software is a bit of a solved problem in my head. Because AI basically can make it a lot easier to build. Sure, it might not be the best built, but at least it's something that you can validate with people
yeah.
to see if they're willing to pay for it. And I'm just seeing the tech layoffs is like just a bit of a signal that I think as the models and stuff get cheaper, hopefully over time, then more people will be using it to eliminate jobs that they didn't think. Like basically anything done on a computer will be done by a computer in the next 5 years or
Oh
so. Is what I believe anyway. Or
no, no,
yeah.
that's really sick. Damn, bro. And do you see it as a threat as a computer science graduate?
It's more so as long as you're kind of like utilizing it to the best of your abilities now and able to
Yeah,
provide a lot more value to other people through it.
yeah.
No, and I also think they'll still always need people, but there'll
Mm,
come a point where they might need less people than right now. Yeah.
mm. Someone I was talking to a mentor actually, and he was saying like AI especially is for people that if you solely rely on AI, it's not gonna work for you. AI basically enhances how smart you already are. That's what someone
Mm.
said to me. So I'll
Yeah.
probably agree. But yeah, dude, this is a hard question now. These are one of these like these are less of the what do you call it, favorite movie type of basic questions. This is like more of a deep question for you. Probably could have talked on this a little more, but what does success look like to you, my friend?
Mm. That's actually something I've been pondering quite a bit this year. Like,
Mm,
I think success to me right now is like, at the end of the day, I think it's if I say I'll do something, doing it. Because
mm,
no amount of like physical goods or like things you experience, because at the end of the day, when you die or when you're about to die, all you're ever gonna think about is regrets and like what you've done or how you've impacted others. And I think to
mm,
me, like, well, at the moment, my biggest problem right now is like, well, earlier in the year, my biggest problem was like lack of accountability to things. Like now I'm starting to improve that again, like kind of be like my
mm,
old self. But I
mm.
think it's like minimizing that. Like if I say I'm gonna do it, I just do it. If I say I want to achieve this, I
Yeah,
want to actually achieve it. Maybe the timeline's a bit off, but actually doing it, like not regretting, I think is kind of success to me. Like for me, I don't really care too much about numbers or how much you get paid because my belief is if you become the best at the world at something, you'll get paid as much as needed for that. Like, and so I just need to find out what I want to be the best at the world at. You know. Mm.
I agree, dude. I agree. I realize like it sucks that you get told this your whole life, but you never actually believe until you go through it. I think what you just said right there is like instead of you want to satisfy your soul a little bit, like all the
Mm.
stuff you want to do, you want to kind of eliminate. You want to eliminate as many regrets as you can by the time you get to your deathbed.
Mm. Mm.
For us, which is like 27, but you know, it's like, bro.
Yeah.
No, that was really sick, bro. I really like that. Can I a number one? The other, sorry, I'm stuttering. The next question is, what is the worst advice you've ever received or taken?
Uh, what is the worst?
You're like, bro, I don't take anyone's
No,
advice.
I mean it's more so. I feel like all the advice I get, there's always some elements that are like you can positively gain from, like, or
I
maybe
agree.
it might not be as like because just saying something's the worst advice, it might not just be applicable to you. It might be cool to learn, but another thing about advice is like they don't have all the context, so they can only talk from their
Mm,
own experience on and what they think might
mm,
help you. So I think like with advice, it's something you have to take with a bit of a grain of salt. Because when I always did
mm,
projects or did other stuff, like you even though people will say like you should do it this way or that way, like that might not always be the best. Sometimes you have to trust your gut instincts as well. Like I think especially for because when I interned at all these different companies, I always had like mentorship sessions or catch ups with all these different people. I think for some people, like especially at consulting when I did that, was like people would talk about stuff that they haven't lived, but they had like a viewpoint on like how they wanted to live, and then they would kind of impart that onto others. And I thought
dude,
that
I
was like
agree.
probably not the best or most relevant to me because I knew I wasn't gonna stay there for like 10 plus years to become a partner. Like,
Mm,
um,
mm,
but I don't think that's inherently bad advice. It's just not
no.
relevant to me. If that, yeah.
Yes, I agree. I'm not, dude. We're actually both. Sorry to go on a bit of a tangent, but I know we're both Vagabond fans. That you're like, bro, what does this have to do with the thing you just said? But I'm not sure if you know, but I feel like you like a lot of gained wisdom. Like I feel like if someone gives you wisdom, I don't know if you would necessarily take it. Like I'm not sure if you guys know, Vagabond is basically a manga based on Musashi Miyamoto, the samurai. But basically, there's a monk at the very start of the manga or the story that tells him everything he needs to know. Be kind to people, be strong-willed, mentally treat people like the way you should, and like especially like the quote about the leaf. He's telling you about like, dude, don't miss out on all these opportunities and like look at life right in front of you. But it's only like the monk knows this, tells him everything he needs to know, doesn't listen, but it's only until he goes through it himself that he can finally come to those conclusions. So I feel like in that way, it's not like when you get advice, it's more like I rather gain that wisdom myself than hearing the wisdom being taught, like being spoken to me. Because you don't listen to your parents for like half your life until you realize you go through it and you're like, ah, damn, they were right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
If you get, dude, like it's like you can either be the monk or you can go be the samurai and find out. Hopefully you don't have to kill anyone in the process, but like like it's a great way to learn by doing, not just by like, because I used to read 10,000 self-help books and you've read the same, or you listen to a lot of podcasts and you kind of like jerk yourself off a little bit of the self-improvement, and you're like, dude, you kind of just have to do it to know it. Like you can read how to drive a car, but you're not gonna actually learn how to drive a car until you drive a car, dude. So I was really passionate about that, by the way. But, yeah,
I think all you said was relevant and like makes sense.
Hell yeah, I appreciate that, man. Last question, my friend. The next question was, what's the best advice you've ever received? But I feel like it's kind of redundant, especially when you mentioned the advice thing. But if you have any advice you've heard, yeah, I'll just tap in. I remember this. Mark Cuban, the Shark Tank guy. Mark Cuban.
Oh, yep.
He owns like the Dallas Mavericks. Bro, I remember I was listening to a podcast about him, and then he talks about like how he's failed so many times, and he just goes, bro, you have to, because if there's no balls, there's no babies. No babies, no balls. I'm like, dude, that's a really good one. Just go for it, dude. But what's some advice you've taken, or a lesson you've learned that has like shaped you into the way you are?
I do agree. Like you have to fail fast. Like going back to Mac and even like applying for jobs and stuff, I only fail like it only takes one W to overwrite all your failures, and that's something you need to learn. Like you need to just kind of go through things in order to get to the place you want to be. Like it's like looking at a mount, like climbing up a mountain, but you're not like looking at. Well, when you're climbing the mountain, you're maybe looking at every step, but then once you've reached the peak and like look down, you're like, wow, I kind of did that, and maybe you took a few steps down and then had to jump up or climb further, but that's just the reality of it. Like everyone has their own path. Like it might take you longer or shorter than someone else. Like, but it's up to you to actually try and see if you can actually do it. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. And last question, dude. Oh, second to last. I got one more after you. But what is next for you, my friend?
What is next? So yeah, basically, I just want to focus purely on Big Brain right now and making content again, because I think right now, if I am to try hit a target of 10K a month, like now, I don't think I can do that purely with like Big Brain and tutoring. I think I have to do like UGC or other stuff. Basically, I just want to try experiment making money online with different methods over these next 6 months or 3 months, depending on how long my rest of the gap year goes.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man. And last question today, man. How happy are you, bro?
I'm like more than a 70%. Like it's getting there. Like it's like high key. If you asked me to do this podcast maybe 2 months ago, I'd probably be more down in the dumps. Like, bro, what am I even doing for life? Like, do I even want to do this? Like,
you'd be like, bro, don't interview me.
Yeah, because I was also debating like a few months ago. Do I just go back to Tesla? Like, well, what do I even want to do? Like, but yeah, wait, what was the whole question again? I got a bit lost.
I didn't expect that to be the hardest. It was how happy are you, bro?
Yeah. I'd say a lot more things are like more stable now in terms of what I want to do, what I'm trying to achieve, and my actions toward that every day. So definitely a lot better in that regard. Yeah.
I agree, dude. Especially these last 6 months, I was doing 6 units of uni and all type of stuff just to finish it. And I'm like, bro, I was going down to the dumps. Especially when you're doing something you don't necessarily want to do, you just have to do it.
Yeah.
Bro, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and you lose yourself on the way. But dude, to anyone out there, if you're having 2 shitty months, bro, trust me, the next 2 months after are never as shitty. And if they're not, it's just a little delayed. That's all I'll say, bro.
Absolutely.
But Hey man, it's been a pleasure having you on, bro. My good
Thank you.
friend JC. I can't believe we've known each other for 6 years, bro. That is
Mm.
insane. Both 25, both unks. I'm excited to see what you bring, man. And where can they find you, bro?
Yeah, so I post on occasion on Builds on Insta. My full name on YouTube, like JC Batalonus or Jace Battle, and yeah, jacebatalonus.com as well. I will be
Hell,
posting more to my journal there, and you can track all my habits and what I'm doing there as well.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man. Bro, it's been a pleasure. I'll chuck everything down below as well. If you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify, please leave a review or please follow. Even if you're on Instagram right now with the clips, man, run up the clips. The Instagram for the podcast will be up. And
Mm.
dude, we're trying to make it. We're trying to inspire people. We're trying to help people seek the shift that they need to change. Like right now, I'm seeking the shift. I'm seeking out a conversation with my boy JC, and it's hard because sometimes me and JC don't. Well, we actually talk like this pretty often, but like sometimes to talk to people and have that deep discussion, you need a platform to get it out there. So hopefully you guys you gain something from this conversation. Seek the shift. Thank you guys for listening, and bye.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye. I'm touching the wrong mouse.
Oh.